After a thrilling opening round to kick off the season at Suzuka, we arrive at Austin, Texas, which is your host for round 2. In this 8-race calendar, rounds will be going by quickly. We are at the second round here at Austin, Texas, at the Circuit of the Americas. And here is the venue. 5.5 kilometers, 3.4 miles, 56 laps to be run around this circuit in total, 20 turns, 40.5 meters of elevation change, and it's a wide circuit. It has overtaking opportunities, so we'll hopefully be getting quite a bit of that here today. We have got the middle in the Pirelli range. We've got the C4, the C3 and the C2. You know it as the soft, the medium and the hards. As we take a look at the flag of the USA, we're now going to take a look at the starting grid. From the back to the front, the American driver Logan Sargent is at the back. He wasn't able to get a lap time in qualifying. He is alongside Lance Stroll. Ocon is in 18th. Hulkenberg lines up alongside him in 17th. Bottas in P16 after a great qualifying last time out in Suzuka. He's alongside Alexander Albon. We have Ricciardo, who was given a penalty. He lines up in 14th alongside the leading Haas of Kevin Magnussen. Carlos Sainz once again has put himself on a bit of a recovery drive as he had a better qualifying than Suzuka, but still only lines up in 12th. He's alongside Tsunoda. We have Joe making it into Q3. Yesterday he's in 10th. Oscar Piastri is in 9th. Then we have Gasly alongside his good friend Charles Leclerc. We have Russell in 6th. Fernando Alonso in P5. And then we're going to look to the first 2 rows on the grid. These two share the front row last time out. There on the second row, it's Hamilton behind Lando Norris. It's a Red Bull front row though, with Max Verstappen alongside Sergio Perez, who was finally able to get the better of his teammate. It is time to go racing in Austin, Texas. We're underway and racing with a great reaction time for Fernando Alonso, who is immediately moving through up to second place for the Spanish driver. Straight up into the lead for Fernando Alonso as well. That is absolutely extraordinary stuff by Fernando Alonso, who takes the lead. Perez has got P2, then it's Verstappen in 3rd. But what a launch from P5 to P1 in a couple of meters by the time that he got to the first turn. Absolutely extraordinary stuff by Alonso, who leads on the first lap of 56. Perez was able to stay ahead of his teammate, but that was so brave to turn number 1. Just take a look at this. Absolutely extraordinary. Past Hamilton, past Norris, past Verstappen. There is Sergio Perez, and then it's some late braking prowess to the inside and to the race lead. Incredible stuff. Fernando Alonso, the old lion, still fighting for it in Formula 1. He leads the US Grand Prix. And just take a look at this now, with the Alpine of Pierre Gasly having to take avoiding action after the slow reaction time from both Mercedes drivers. So that was Hamilton and Russell who were passed, and he was now side by side with Charles Leclerc. And you can see the 2 Red Bulls duking it out, with Perez staying ahead out in front. And it's going to be Leclerc versus Gasly as we go into the S section, neither of them wanting to give an inch. Gasly was brave, and Gasly will get his reward to stay ahead of Leclerc. On to the 4th lap of the race we go, and while it was a great start for Fernando Alonso, we know how good he can be with his defense. He'll need to provide some of that now, because Sergio Perez is in the wheel tracks. He sells the dummy. He looked to the inside. He goes to the outside. He'll try to get through, but Alonso was brave with his defense. He squeezed him out, and that has interrupted Perez's run, and Verstappen goes through. Max Verstappen up to second place he goes. He gets past Sergio Perez. Norris is going to be the next one to also try go on the attack. Alonso still leads. That was defense from Alonso there, and Verstappen able to get through after the interrupted one from Perez. Take a look at this now. Sergio Perez went to the inside, then knew that Alonso was always going to take that part of the circuit. He went to the outside line, then he sees the Aston Martin arriving on the scene, and that interrupted his momentum, and Verstappen says thank you very much to take second place in the race. And we'll watch it with the Dutch driver now. And you can see Perez really wanted to try and get through. With Verstappen, the door is opened up for him, and he gets past his teammate So, we continue on in this one right now, onto the back straight. Now, let's see if Max Verstappen can try and get through. His teammate tried it one lap ago, and his punishment was to fall behind. And now Verstappen's got the run to try go to the inside, and Max Verstappen is moving past Fernando Alonso, and Perez wasn't able to clear Alonso. Verstappen does it very easily, and there is no fight from the two-time champion. And Verstappen is able to move through. What about Perez? Perez going for it. Late on the brakes. Late send. And he knows that if he wants to fight for victory with his teammate, he needs to stick with his teammate. And that will help his case. He's got past Fernando Alonso. So, let's see then. Just gaining. DRS wide open. Alonso can take it to the middle. But Verstappen just able to get through before we got into the braking zone. Already alongside them, using the overspeed with the DRS. And then Alonso just trying to stay ahead, but then you're going to be seeing a Red Bull appear on the inside. We are looking further back, and now to the side, because Perez was able to be so aggressive, so late on the brakes, and he wouldn't have been happy with the chop across that he got earlier on. So, Valtteri Bottas, the driver in 16th, as you can see on the leaderboard, and with the graphic as well. And you can see that Bottas is gaining on Kevin Magnussen, who is going to defend to the inside. Will Bottas be able to send it the long way round? As we go down to turn number 12, Magnussen is squeezing him all the way, and Bottas still has got the inside line. Magnussen won't want to give it up, and now we're about to continue this all the way through the next few sequences of corners. This is the amazing thing of the Circuit of the Americas in the last sector, where the battles can continue corner after corner, and Bottas has got the inside, and he'll finally get the position. So Magnussen being passed there. We now look to Lando Norris, who made that mistake at Suzuka, and he is going to try and fight for victory today, and he wants to try and make up for that mistake. He's having to get past Fernando Alonso though, and he's going to try and turn the outside now to the inside, and they're still going to be wheel to wheel. Alonso will surely not want to give this one up. We know how Alonso is with his defense, and you're seeing it once again because the two-time champion is still fighting for it, but I think this time Norris is going to get the inside, and he'll surely get the position, and he does. So Norris up to third. Let's see if he can put some pressure now on the Red Bulls. This is how he did it, and it wasn't even done at this first opportunity that he had into turn 12. Alonso later on the brakes, then Norris with the inside, Alonso keeping his foot in as well, and he got to the apex first, but still the Aston Martin was there, still fighting for it. Every single bit that Alonso can, he will try. And he's enjoying these moments that he was at the front of the field, but he finds himself with faster cars being able to go through. This is Sergio Perez, who I mentioned needed to get past Alonso immediately. He did get past Alonso immediately, because now he's got a chance to fight his teammate, and he's going for a late on the brakes. That is outrageous stuff by Perez, who goes in wide, and that will open the door for Verstappen to try and fight back. The two Red Bulls going wheel to wheel. Verstappen trying to sweep around the outside. Can he use the traction on his teammate? He can get past his teammate, but Perez is coming back on the inside. Perez retakes the place. Pass and repass between the two Red Bulls and the Mexican driver back to the lead. And that was so late on the brakes. So he took the lead there, and then Verstappen fights back, and that was extraordinary by Verstappen to get it under traction, and then pass once again, and Perez this time with the late braking was able to just chop across and make sure that Verstappen had no opportunity to try and fight back. What a race we definitely have. But Verstappen did have a chance to fight back on the run to turn number 1. You can see with the helmet, the visor cam, moving around, seeing where Perez is. And Verstappen can look left, he can look right, but he is ahead. And he's got P1 on the road for now. Brilliant sounds as well of him making his way through it. And here we go. Once again, closing in under braking is Sergio Perez. Is he now going to have a run? Is he now going to have an opportunity? You can see in the background Norris has not been able to shake off Fernando Alonso. Here is Sergio Perez trying to take the race lead once again with DRS. We go down to the braking zone. The two Red Bulls have collided. The top two make contact. The Red Bulls collide. Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen make contact. They made contact last year in 2023 at Austria. And they're going to collide once again here at Austin. As I mentioned, they made contact in Austria in 2023. And they've done it once again.
Okay, Checo cut across me.
Copy, understood. It's alright. Head down. We'll talk about it later.
It will definitely be an interesting debrief down at Red Bull. Because they were in a private battle. And Perez saying again, he's done it again. So, disagreement down there, and I'm sure they'll continue to be throughout the night. It's not the first time that they've had contact as teammates. And it's not the first time that Alpine are having issues. Pierre Gasly dropping down. What has happened to the French driver? Is he pulling out of the Grand Prix? He is. So Gasly will no longer play a part in this race. And here we go. And this is an opportunity. This is Leclerc versus Joe. And it's going to be the Ferrari who is losing out to Joe. Joe getting his way through momentarily. Is Leclerc going to let that one slide though? Is he going to continue the fight into the S section? You bet he is. And he is retaking that position. Great fighting right now between Leclerc and Joe. And you can see that there is a whole train behind joining them. We've had one Alpine retire. Here is the other one. Let's see what he is getting up to. Oh, he's getting up to a spin. Doesn't get better. And the two Williams have to get on the brakes there. And Ocon having to wait and wait and wait for the field to go through. Luckily, there wasn't many of them to go through. But he's reversing backwards out of our shot momentarily. We ride on board. He's into the gravel. He'll be able to continue on, hopefully. That's what we're going to hope at least. And he is back on the road. Is Ocon trying to at least keep one Alpine in the US Grand Prix. So, Verstappen Perez, no further investigation. So, it's been decided that that is a racing incident. While Red Bull may disagree later on with both parties, with Perez and Verstappen, the FIA think that it was 50-50, and that means that no penalty will be given to either driver. Here we go. Now as well, with the recarb of Tsunoda. Going to the outside line. Can he get past Joe? We've already seen Joe in a few battles today. At this exact part of the racetrack, he was battling the driver who was directly watching this battle. And we go into the S section, and Joe is going to keep his foot in once more. And he is ahead of Yuki Tsunoda now on lap number 34 of this race. Into the pit lane comes Sergio Perez. So Perez into the pit lane, the driver in second place, dives it in, and he will go back out there onto the circuit. 2.4 seconds will do for him. He's got the hard compound of tyres attached to the car. He is rejoining the road now. And we have got a battle on the circuit. It's with the Mercedes of Russell, with Fernando Alonso, who was fighting at the front of the field. Took the lead from 5th on the grid brilliantly. It's not been as good as that. It was going to be hard for it to be as good as that. From there, and Russell able to get past Fernando Alonso. So the Mercedes driver goes through it. Oh, it's been a day to forget if we're getting another moment from Alpine. Oh no! Another spin! Another spin for Esteban Ocon. This definitely is a day to forget for them. A retirement and 2 spins. A bit less time this time though for Ocon of being stationary. He has continued on, and he'll be hoping that that is his last spin. Sergio Perez is making inroads on his teammate. Could it still be a battle all the way till the end between Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. That is definitely going to be exciting to see whether we're going to get a fight. 8.3 seconds. It's lap 46 out of 56. We're running out of laps in this one. And off the road goes the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is off the road and the safety car is deployed. The safety car. And that could throw this race wide open. It was a puncture for Lance Stroll. He will throw it into the corner normally, and then he'll find out that the car isn't responding the way it should do because of that puncture, and he's off the road. He's beached the car and he's out of the race, and that could completely transform the race. Whether we're going to get any fight to the front after on this restart is going to be interesting to see. So Perez did dive in, and he knows that if he wants to take victory, he's going to have to go different. And the red wall soft tyres awaiting him, going on now. And he'll go onto the circuit, and let's see whether he will be able to do anything at the end. The green flags will fly once again at Austin, and Sergio Perez immediately trying to get past his teammate. We are on the penultimate tour of the race with Verstappen leading, but Perez is going to try go on the attack. It's going to turn into a traction race between the two Red Bulls. This is about to get very interesting. Do remember, we are going to now see a battle between these two. They've already had contact. Do remember that. They've already had contact around this circuit earlier on in this race. They had contact in Austria as well in 2023. So these two can get a bit too close together. They're not separated by anything though on this circuit right now as we are heading down to turn number 11. Is there an opportunity for Sergio Perez, who is going to the outside, who is trying to take that wide line to turn it into a traction race, which he'll surely try and win as well. Let's see. With Perez now, the Mexican driver on the back of Verstappen. Can he try get through? We're on the penultimate tour of this race. Verstappen is squeezing him all the way to the inside. Perez will have to go to the outside. Verstappen tries to move a little bit to interrupt his teammate's momentum once again, and Verstappen, brilliant with his defense, is going to hold on. Perez though, that's going to be one of his main chances gone as well, but Verstappen's wide and it's opened the door for Perez, who tries to go around the outside. Verstappen defends once more. Verstappen defends every single part of the circuit right now. He is not letting his teammate get there at all to the race lead. He's had many opportunities, but Verstappen is denying him. He's still looking for it as Perez. We are heading down to turn number 20. And this is absolutely extraordinary. Verstappen's off the road. Verstappen's off. And Sergio Perez takes the lead. Huge look off for Max Verstappen, who is descending down the order as we go side by side down towards turn number 1. What a battle we have on our cards now with Verstappen trying to defend. We saw a huge mistake for your race leader in Japan, Lando Norris. And we've seen one from Max Verstappen. Oh, he's messed up right at the end. He was doing so well. He was defending brilliantly. One more lap, and that would have been the checkered flag first for Max Verstappen, but instead it might belong to his teammate. And that would have been a satisfying feeling, seeing his teammate go wide. Lots of smoke coming from his teammate who went straight on. Lots of different camera angles to show you that moment. A dramatic moment once again, all the way at the end. And Sergio Perez, well, it has been a great drive from him. Had contact with his teammate, had to go on the attack, and he saw his teammate run wide. He has taken advantage of that. Sergio Perez will make his way out of the final corner, and he'll reach the checkered flag, sets the fastest lap, takes the win. Sergio Perez wins the US Grand Prix to beat on Lewis Hamilton, who will take second. Verstappen finishes in third.
Well done, Sergio!
This is for you guys.
That was epic, Checo. That was epic.
Epic indeed. And while they will debrief what happened with the contact, Perez will still be happy with that victory. Nothing will deny him that it was a 50-50 incident. The FIA deemed it. So it's Hamilton who finishes in second. Verstappen with that moment finishes in third. Tsunoda in fourth, Leclerc in fifth, Joe with a great performance to get P6, Magnussen, Bottas also recovering in there as well, and then it's Russell in P9. Fernando Alonso, the man who found himself fighting at the front, will score the final point as well. So we have Lando Norris in 11th, Ricciardo in 12th, Sainz, Piastri, Hülkenberg, Albon, Sargent, Ocon, Stroll and Gasly, who were both retirements in that race. Ocon with a race to forget. with a lot of spins and a lot of moments throughout that one as well. And we will take a look at what is done to the championship. So, Verstappen is your leader, only by 7 points to the 7-time champion Lewis Hamilton, who, if he can get a good result next time out in Spain, then he's going to have a huge opportunity for a little title challenge. So will Perez, Leclerc in 4th, Alonso, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Bottas, Magnussen, and Lando Norris, who's shown glimpses of pace all the way throughout these 2 rounds. He'll need to try and turn it into results. In the team's championship, Red Bull, still with a great performance. They still managed to 1 and 3rd, and that means that they've got 65 points, and it's Mercedes in 2nd with 38. VCOB doing well, also with 25, and it's also going to be an interesting Drivers and Constructors Championship. It'll be an interesting race next time out when we go racing in Spain. We will see you then.